Oh yeah, man. So look, this is going to close. My mouth is going now. That is for sure. This is going to close. I put it on the outside. Definitely got more heat happening for sure. I am not the biggest heat type person. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tommy and this here is a License to Griddle. I've already got my griddle all fired up here, high or actually medium here in the middle, and for now I am off on the two sides. I've got a bunch of chicken tenders here. I am going to get down. This is going to be like a shallow fry. And as I am putting these chicken tender down, I have some, well, I've got this prep here, but I've got that sriracha, that honey sriracha sauce prep that I want to show you, and also how to clean up these chicken tenders. I'll show you that. Let's run that film here. I will continue to get these tenders on, continue to cook them, and when that is over, and it won't be long, about 2-3 minutes, but it's something you have to watch because that is all the prep for the cook. After that, I'll bring you guys back and we will finish up these tenders. And of course, we will talk about the inspiration for this cook. A little bit of oil in a pan, get some garlic in, get some salt and some fresh cracked black pepper in, about 1.5 cups of sriracha sauce, about 1/4 cup of honey, add a little bit more or less if you want to tone down the heat, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, low simmer, and you are good to go. So as always here at License to Griddle, we will get through this prep work fairly quick, and as always, you can get the full ingredient list down in the description. We've got some chopped onions, that's a medium chop. I've got some sweet peppers here. I will get a little rings will do me nice, and that is a green onion. We will get that chopped, and we are really moving along. Gotta have some spices. Grab your favorite barbecue rub. That is a granulated garlic, and of course everything tastes better with seeds. We got to remove the tendon from the chicken tenders. If you were just doing breast, you can just slice them out into chicken fingers, season up that flour with your favorite rub, and also maybe a little bit of salt, black pepper. This is going to be your flour, egg, breadcrumbs. That is a 50-50 Italian, and of course panko. All right, all that wasn't bad, and here is our chicken tenders. Let's get these flipped over. They've been down probably for about 5 minutes or so. So this is kind of like a shallow fry on these tenders. Not so much oil really to give it that fry effect, but kind of a shallow fry. I'm just going to call it a shallow fry. Just a heck of a lot more shallow than a normal shallow fry. So I was talking before as I took us into those videos about, just about inspiration. We're all online. We're all searching for inspiration for our next cook. We all want to be inspired, whether it is, like I said, whether it is griddle cooking, whether it is the job, whatever it is. We want to be inspired in everything that we're doing, and that's where today's cook is going to come in. Again, it is going to be the girls. They did a Stinger Burrito on their channel. Now look, I've never heard of a Stinger Burrito. I did some research on it and read up on it, and I guess it started at Buckaroo's or it started, one of those burrito type places. It's on the menu, and basically from what I found out is it is just, it is going to have rice in it, it is going to have chicken in it if it's going to be a chicken stinger that you're doing, and a bunch of other stuff in it, and it has got to be a little bit of spicy, so my wheels started spinning a little bit, and that's where I came up with this Honey Sriracha Stinger Burrito. Again, it's going to have the chicken tenders, it's going to have the Honey Sriracha sauce. You saw me make that in the video, and I've got some other goodies here to add in, of course, with that rice. And I got to tell you, man, it sounds like it is going to be absolutely killer. So I am totally jacked up for that. Again, I am inspired on this cook. And when I'm not inspired for a cook, it is just kind of, it's just another cook. But, I'm actually jacked. I'm pumped up. This is something different. And I've been cooking for a long time. So, anytime we can get something different going, man, I am totally 100% in. We've got our chicken happening. Let's get our onions down. I've got some peppers here. These are sweet. These are just going to balance off the spicy of the sriracha sauce, so we will get that down. And I tasted this sauce, and just because I added honey, it has still got some heavy kick to it, so it is going to pair well with all this. There's no doubt about it. And of course, anytime you are doing a chicken tender like this, unlike a burger, you don't have to just flip it once. You can continue to flip it. That is going to give you more of an even cooking all the way through. And if you could see some spots a little bit hotter on the griddle than other spots, you can kind of move things around. And I want a nice crunch on these chicken tenders, man. That is exactly what I am looking for. And of course, I've got my handy chef's temp right here, so we will cook these to that perfect 165 or so. And they definitely won't take long. We're about 140, 150. I've also got some paper towels here all ready to go. And you can really just kind of mix all this together. It's no big deal. I mean, I feel that the flavors of this dish is definitely going to be just through the roof. I've got some lime here. Let's get some lime down. Nice smell in the air with that lime. And that is looking perfect right there. And of course, as these chicken tenders cook up, like this one here is cooked, we will get that off. I've got some paper towels handy, cooked. I mean, at this point, they're pretty much all going to be cooked. I just want to make sure I got the right browning. I want the right crunchiness. I'll take a little overcooked to get it. Alrighty, guys. So I've got my chicken pulled off. That is ready. Here is my rice. Let's get the rice down. Now, this isn't a fried rice, obviously, but I did want to get a little bit of color, a little bit of that honey sriracha sauce in. And of course, I've got a little bit of flavorings I want to get in this rice. And you can get all these ingredients down in the description. And of course, I've got some sesame seed. You guys know I love toasting this off. It adds such a nutty flavor to the recipe, and that does not take long. Got to get a little sauce in. I was going to put this sauce in one of those squirters, but I got that garlic and stuff in there. It's going to clog it up, so I went totally against that. And there is our, if you could see, our sesame seeds are browning. That is releasing a lot of that nutty flavor. We will get that right in. Onions and peppers can come over. We will mix all this together. And we are about ready to take this cook home. So look, I am going to get my chicken back on because we want that hot. What I want to do here is let me get my board set up. I've got my griddle off, but I've got everything keeping nice and warm. Get the board set up. I will roll me up some burritos, bring them back here. So I got to fire the pit up again, no big deal. We will do all that right now. All righty, guys, welcome back. So look, so every time I think I have purchased the biggest tortilla I could find, I mean, the girls pointed it out on their live show last week. I figured these were bigger than the last ones I did on the last burrito I made, but you know, every time you go to stuff them, you realize your tortilla is just not big enough. I am not the best tortilla roller. I have rolled many things in the past, just not really tortillas like this or burritos. But this is the best I can do. Everything is definitely stuffed in there. So hey, man, that has got to be good enough. And as I mentioned in the other show, the flap always got to go down. That is going to basically seal it up so it doesn't come apart. And this does not take long, so you certainly do not want to walk away. And I think I mentioned, but we are lit up full across the board. Now, I also mentioned on that other show, this is almost potato chip-like to me, so I've got some extra rub that I am just going to add to it. It's going to stick right to it and just add a little bit of outer crunch flavor. You know, when you're building flavors, man, you just want to build them. You just want to, you know, make everything mesh together. And of course, my limes were a total fail. I mean, I just can't get hardly any juice out of them, but what are you going to do? I got a little bit on the inside. I want to get a little bit on the outside. Woo! And again, I got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of granulated garlic. We will get that down. A little bit more shake. This is Uncle Steve's shake. This is their magic rib rub. It's got a lot of flavors in it. It's going to mesh well with this. So look, I think we are doing pretty good here. What I want to do is let me get this, finish this up, get everything on over to the board. I've got to get some snaps, but then we are going to cut into it, do that taste test, talk about it, and close out the show. Alrighty, all, and here we go. This is going to be your stinger, and of course, I've got Molly on standby, all ready to go, acting like I don't see her, of course. So look, this is going to be it, and you know, execution on this prep, execution A plus, rolling up of the burrito, epic fail. But I did do the best I can do. Before I jump in on this taste test, I have been picking at the chicken, so I know this is going to be killer. Special shout out and thanks for the recipe ideas. Got to go out to M&K. I don't want to forget that, as I may be following those girls on another cook. I mean, they've got some recipe knowledge right here. They come up with a recipe, and I twist it and turn it into the way I want to do it, make it different. That seems pretty cool to me. This is your stinger burrito right here. Certainly not overly packed. I got the biggest burrito I can get. I even text the girls saying this thing is like an unidentified flying burrito. Looks so huge in the store, but then again, when you stuff them up, you know, when you stuff them up, it just kind of falls flat. Off of my last burrito, because I got that potato chip type texture when I bit into it, I put that granulated garlic and also that Uncle Steve shake on the outer shell. That is going to give a lot of flavor. Matter of fact, that's probably the first thing you are going to taste. But let's go on in with that taste test. Wow. Oh, man. So like I said, first off, well, you get the outer shell. That is there. You get those flavors. You take a bite, and you get the chicken is crunchy. You heard the crunch, the outer shell. All the other seasonings in, and you say, this isn't that bad. And then about 7 seconds later, the heat starts to build up. Now look, it is not overly spicy. I added some extra honey to cool it down. If you want it more spicy, just add less honey in, more sriracha sauce in, and you are going to be more spicy. Like I said, jalapenos, you could put them in there. You can really put anything in here you like. Guys, this is the Honey Sriracha Chicken Stinger Burrito, and I can tell you this here is a definite must make. Oh yeah, man. So look, this is going to close. My mouth is going now. That is for sure. This is going to close. I put it on the outside. Definitely got more heat happening for sure. I am not the biggest heat type person. But what I am is, my name is Tommy, and I guess that makes me the griddler. This is better than the spaghetti and meatball one that I made, which I am telling you, my wife freaked out about. This is better than that. It has some more, it's got a lot more flavors. I feel it's got that bite. It's got that outer shell. Anyway, you guys heard all that before. My name is Tommy, and I guess that makes me the griddler. Down here waiting for some more treats is Molly. If there is anything you guys want to see, just leave it down in the description. I try and read and answer all the comments. And that is going to close out this show here. I appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, we will see you